Specific aspects of your game you've been working on primarily with Simmons?
Yeah, my biggest focus has been trying to extend my range far past the three and becoming more lower and more explosive off my dribble. Just creating more one-on-one opportunities for myself, as well as just being smarter with my teammates as far as on and off the court.
Cierra, I wanted to ask you a little bit about Megan Simmons. We talked to her last week, and she had kind of a rough end to her season last year with that last game. Is there things you can do as a teammate or teammates to help her not feel pressure in games like that or in situations like that?
I think Meg's biggest enemy is herself, and that's with a lot of people. You know, Meg wants to do well, as we all do, and we need her to score the ball. We do. She's one of the best scorers in the country, but she also needs to know that she doesn't have to be the only scorer. I mean, we've got so many different attacks on this team with Bashar and Izzy in the post. You know, Rel can shoot the three ball. Dre's always going to hustle and get those hustle points. I can provide some scoring. And so she just needs to know that she doesn't have to be the primary scoring source. And I think that will take some pressure off her shoulders. And then we've just got to continue to, you know, encourage her. You know, keep shooting the ball, Meg. It's going to keep falling. And we just try to do that, even in practice now, just preparing her for what's going to come in games.
Do you see her? She said she's worked on some specific things with her game, you know, ball handling and other things. Have you seen some of the fruits of her labor here in the preseason?
I think her ball handling has definitely got a little tighter. She's not as loose with the ball. She's not turning the ball over as much. And I think she's done a great job of working on that ball handling. She focused on that in the summer, and I think it will definitely help her this season.
Having Andrea back, I mean, how much of a difference can that make? How much can she add that maybe you were missing last year?
Oh, it's huge. Dre is a great player, and she just hustles like no other. She's one of the hardest workers on the team, and she's going to get those hustle points. She's going to lock up on defense, and she's going to make those hustle plays on offense. You know, she's not afraid to dive out on the floor or take a charge or you know, do the grit work, and that's what we need. That's what we've been missing, and I'm so happy to have Dre back on the floor. I think she's going to really help us.
What did y'all see from her last year after she got hurt in terms of just, you talk about her work ethic and things like that? I mean, what was her attitude like? What was she doing?
Well, she was a player coach. You know, she was another set of eyes on the sideline, and she saw where the coaches were coming from, but she also saw where the players were coming from. So she saw both sides of that, and I think that really helped her with just her basketball IQ and her outlook on the game. And she's hungry. She's hungry to get back on the floor and put that jersey back on. And I'm excited to play up beside her because she's going to have a great year this year.
Even as a freshman, she was kind of playing that role in terms of.
Well, yeah. When she got hurt, I mean, Dre's one of the leaders for this team. And, you know, Ariel and Dre are our point guards, so naturally they're the coach's eyes on the court, and they're the coach's commanders. And she took that leadership role, the challenge that the coaches put in front of her, she accepted. And even as a freshman, she was a leader for us, and I think that speaks a lot for her personality and her determination.
Talk about the grind with Coach Taylor. How much different is it under him than maybe it's been in the years here?
He's pushing us extremely hard. He's getting us out of our comfort zones every day, and I think that's a huge goal of his. Is he wants us to be uncomfortable because that's the only way we're going to get better. And I think he's done a great job at that. On the court, as far as conditioning, strength in the weight room, agility, defensive work. We've done more defensive work, in the summer and just in this preseason than I've done probably in my whole college career. So I think that also goes along with what the coaches have been stressing. Last year we couldn't get stops, and that's why we didn't get to the Final Four. So we don't want to have another incident like that. We've really been keying in on defense, and we've seen a lot of improvement. I'm excited.
What's different? I mean, can you give me specific things that's different about this preseason program than maybe the other years that you've been here?
I think Coach Taylor's just doing a great job at getting us out of our comfort zone, like I said before. Whereas previous years we may have been told what we're going to do before the workout, we don't know what we're going to do. You know, we come into this gym empty-minded, and we just have to attack whatever he puts in front of us. Yesterday we had 12 maxed out suicides, so that's running as fast as you can, as hard as you can, with drills in between. So you know, we were out on the court for an hour and a half doing defense and conditioning, and then we came out into the weight room and lifted for an hour. So that's 2.5 hours of work. I mean, that's a long period of time on your body and mentally. So it's just getting uncomfortable. So when we do get in that game situation where we do have to get into 2 or 3 overtimes, we're prepared and we're ready.
Are there is he doing different drills with you too, maybe, than you did in the past, or not?
Well, I think we're doing a lot more defensive stuff, and that's just from the coaches. They keyed in on that. That's what we need to get better at in this off season, and so he's implementing that. You know, it's all about defense every single day we come into the gym.
Has it been, you know, you got so used to Heather for the previous years. Was he a big adjustment for you? I mean, you've got probably as much experience as anybody with this program. I mean, how much of an adjustment was he from that?
Well, I think since I've been here, we've had to go through a lot of change. You know, just with our entire coaching staff, with JMO, with Heather, and I love each and every one of them. I love every person that has come through this program. But obviously, when you get somebody new, you have to welcome them in with open arms, and that's what we try to do with Coach Lee. And he's done a fabulous job at getting us in here and getting us motivated and determined. And I'm excited to see how it plays on our season, because I think we're getting prepared.
Is his personality different? The way he goes about his business, what's that been like for you guys?
He's an all business type of guy. You know, he is very. He's strict. He's hard. He's tough, but that's what he needs to be. You know, that's what it's going to take to get us where we want to go. We want to go to Nashville. Well, it's not going to be easy, and we have to respect that. And he even said it himself yesterday that he's got to be a butthole. You know, and so we're respecting his buttholeness, and we're gonna do what we can to get to Nashville.
What's your initial impressions of the two freshmen so far?
I'm excited. You know, I'm excited. I think they can really help us. And they each bring so much to the game. Mercedes is a force to reckon with on the defensive side of things. You know, she not only blocks a lot of shots, but she changes a lot of shots. And one of the biggest things I was impressed with Mercedes was her passing ability. I mean, she can pass the ball for a big man extremely well, whether it's a backdoor or a high-low pass. I mean, she does a great job with that. And she's got a consistent 10, 15-foot jumper. And then Jordan's just a hustle player. I mean, she's competitive, and I love that about her. She's got a passion for the game that I love seeing. And she wants to win. She's going to compete, and she's going to do all that she can to make sure that her team gets that W. And so I'm excited to play beside her, man. I really am.
You just alluded to something that Holly had said about Mercedes. Can she play out on the floor a little bit more than you might think, somebody her size?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was surprised when I first played with Mercedes, because she actually likes to hit that short corner and that high post more than she likes to post up. So when you got a 6'6" post player stepping out to that short corner, I mean, that's kind of dangerous. So I think a lot of people are going to be shocked at the way she plays and what her strengths are.
So does she fit well then with you and Izzy? Because you're both, you know, you're kind of all court type players too then. So does she just sort of fit right in with you guys?
I definitely think so. Obviously, Izzy and Bashar and Mercedes and Nia will be our main posts this year. And I think she'll be a great aspect to the high-low game, with Bashar and Izzy just posting up hard down low, and then you've got Mercedes at that high post with her passing ability, and she's able to hit that shot. So there's no way to double down, because if you double down, she's going to hit it. So, I mean, it just brings crazy different opportunities for our post game, and I'm looking forward to it.